Welcome to First Star Let's Chat, an athletic therapy podcast. I'm your host, James Gardner, certified athletic therapist, certified strength and conditioning specialist, yoga instructor, human being. This platform, for the pros, by the pros, anybody in the performance space, and beyond. Welcome here to share in the stories of professionals, experiences, journeys, learning along the way. It's a platform to connect, to network, and to be a part of a community that cares, with conversations that matter, experiences that resonate, and generate ideas, thought-provoking, organic dialogue, passionate prose. Brought to you as always by First Star Therapy, Mobility Tape, Epic, and Benchmark Athletics, in association with the Canadian Athletic Therapists Association. It's First Star Let's Chat, an athletic therapy podcast. Thanks for being here. Thank you for being a part of it. All right, we're off and running again. It's Let's Chat, an athletic therapy podcast, the official podcast of WFAT, the World Federation of Athletic Therapy, or Athletic Training and Therapy. And today's special guest, Lynn Allen, who is many things. She's the program director, lecturer, and placement coordinator on the BSc in Athletic and Rehabilitation Therapy in TUS Athlone. We'll explain what that is, where that is, and all of those things. She has a BSc in Sport Rehabilitation and Athletic Therapy from SETU. Again, we'll need you to explain where that is, what that is. A master's in Exercise Physiology from Trinity College, Dublin, and has level 9 postgraduate diploma in teaching and learning from TUS. She has just submitted her professional doctorate in elite performance sports in Dublin City University, examining metacognition in athletic therapy education. These are a lot of amazing things that you've accomplished. On top of that, certified athletic therapist with over 10 years clinical and academic experience. Lynn is the current president of ARTI since September of 2022. ARTI, the hosts of this year's World Congress in Dublin, or the Dublin surrounding area, and has previously sat on the board and acted as vice secretary and ethics chair from 2018. Lynn is also the Vice Chair of Education and the Research Committee for the World Federation of Athletic Training and Therapy. Her research interests include clinical education, clinical reasoning, reflective practice, and psychology of sport injuries. Lynn, thank you so much for your time. I know we're in different time zones. I know time is hard to find with the semester just starting up. And how are you? And thank you for your time.
Thank you, James. Yeah, all is good. 8 o'clock here in Ireland, but yeah, it's all good. Thank you.
Yeah, carving into the night there, end of the daytime here. All of these things sort of begin to capture where we're going with this conversation. World Congress 2025 is in Ireland this year. So ARTI, what is ARTI? You're the president of it, maybe just for our audience that isn't familiar. And then we'll jump in here and hopefully capture all of the natural nervousness and excitement building up to World Congress on your side.
Yeah, thank you, James. Yeah, ARTI is the governing body for athletic therapists here in Ireland. So we manage our members in regards to advocacy, promotion of the profession here in Ireland, as well as internationally. And then we also provide CPD opportunities as well. So, your continual professional education for our certified members as well. So we're a small organization here in Ireland, but the profession is growing. We were established in 2009, so over 15 years ago, and we're delighted to be able to host World Congress in 6 weeks' time.
Yeah, the countdown is on, and this is sort of no pressure or lots of pressure, the sort of initiation of the build-up to the pulse of what's going on. How has the build-up been from your side preparing to host this? I'm sure involved in all of the organization of the speakers, the where people are staying, the hosting events, all of that. Where are you at on your excitement versus nervous versus are we ready to roll?
I think I'm equally balanced between nervousness and excitement at this minute in time. So we're 6 weeks away from launch, and yeah, it has been a phenomenal build up. So we've been at this preparing for the last 2 years, and we've been working with Pete Dewar, who is the chair of the organising committee. And yeah, we've just been working away slowly but surely. But yeah, the intensity is definitely ramping up. With just 6 weeks to go. Everything, as far as we can tell at this minute in time, speakers are booked, accommodation is ready to go. We obviously have our venue, which is the Glen Royal Hotel in Maynooth, which is about 20 minutes outside Dublin city centre. And yeah, everything is good to go. It has been a wonderful experience. Most people might laugh when they hear I love organising conferences, but it's just been such a wonderful experience to be able to network with so many people from across the globe. And yeah, we have for the first time this year, or for World Congress, we have a student program on the Friday, and we have a very dedicated educator program on the Saturday, as well as your professional program that runs both the Friday and the Saturday. So some really wonderful people that are coming to speak, and such a variety of different topics. So anything got to do with AT and sports medicine, we have you covered.
Yeah, it's beautiful. The program or the speakers and the time frame really dense and condensed in terms of how much is available. And I think the bigger piece, from my end and the recent involvement or the growing involvement with WFAT and this podcast and the opportunity to connect, like you said, globally with a lot of people from all over the world and backgrounds and interests and all of that. We have a few of the speakers lined up before we get there, just to capture a bit of that. We'll definitely chat with you and chat with everybody while we're there, and then afterwards probably have a debrief on all of the events that were there. You mentioned it's global, right? Like there's an opportunity here not only to learn, but to learn outside of the profession by going global, by seeing what this profession is and how this profession is put to practice in different countries, in different portions or pockets of the world. Athletic therapy in Ireland, relatively new, 2009, and then transitioning over. What has the growth felt like or looked like, I guess, in Ireland from a professional standpoint? And then the second part to that, maybe it's too many questions. I'm too excited to talk to you and about what's coming up. But the second part to that would be, what's the value of hosting a global event like this?
I think I'm going to answer that maybe all in one combined.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, so for us, RT obviously is relatively new, AT is relatively new. And actually, to coincide with this, we have just actually accredited our fourth university. So for us, that's a huge endorsement. So we have now four accredited universities. We have a DCU in Dublin. We have SETU in Carlow, which is down the southeast of Ireland. Then we have TUS Athlone, where I am based, and that's in the dead centre of Ireland. And then we also just newly have accredited ATU Donegal, so that's in the very northwest. So we kind of have, with our four different universities, we really are spread right across Ireland, which is brilliant for our students, that they have access to AT programs that they can, register with and, obviously become certified through their undergrad. So from that point of view, it's really exciting. We have over 130 to 140 grads every year exiting from our 4 years honours degree programs. So that in itself is showing you the volume of athletic therapists that are out there. So I'd like to think that the conference sort of will combine all of this, as well as, just showcase us as a country and, sort of put us on a level playing field with the rest of the AT organizations that are in the world that are much more established than we are. So I don't know if that answers your question, James.
I think you captured it perfectly. In our experience and our overlap in previous sort of world congresses, there is a collegial component to this, where different organizations of really big sizes, smaller, just getting going, have been well established for a long time. That collegial component of sort of coming together and building the profession globally, but also sort of everybody's learning from everybody else. How does this profession play out in Ireland versus Canada versus the US versus maybe a less established sort of sport geography? In Ireland, how does athletic therapy play out in terms of job opportunities and where things are happening and where students are going to look for work? Are they going internationally? Do they have that ability? I know lots of questions. Just where does it stand, I guess, as a profession in Ireland? How is it utilized currently?
So we've seen a massive change in the profession in the last probably 5 years. So we would have always been predominantly private practice based, so working, on our own or maybe within a multidisciplinary, alongside physiotherapists or other, allied healthcare professionals. And that definitely has grown hugely, where we're actually seeing clinics looking specifically for certified athletic therapists to work for them. So that has been a huge endorsement for us. We also, obviously, like most other AT organizations, we will do your, amateur sports right the way through to your elite sports, not just pitch side, obviously, as well. We're also trying to break into the hospital setting as well. So that's an exciting area where we're really trying to work hard within. So we have one of our keynote speakers is Professor Brian Devitt, and he actually has hired one of our certified athletic therapists, and Ryan will speak about his experience as well at the conference. So it's breaking into that hospital setting as well. We're also trying to, we look at the States and in other countries where maybe ATs are working within, the police forces or, the firearms. So that tactical side of things, or maybe even workplaces, the industrial side of things. So it's about trying to open everybody's eyes, bring all this information and, inspiration to our students as well as to our own clinicians. So it has just been a really nice opportunity to be able to showcase us as a country and as an organization, but also to be able, as you mentioned before, that collegiate atmosphere, like being the placement coordinator within TUS. I have so many connections with placement providers and universities in the States and America and UK, and that in itself, we always come together, and nobody's ever said no to me, thankfully, which is wonderful. And it goes to show what support is out there. No matter where you are, no matter what time zone you're in, we can always make it work. And there just is that lovely family sort of connection. We're all friends at the end of the day, and it's a lovely community to be part of.
It's great. It's a great capture. And I think that's part of what a lot of people are looking forward to, is to get to that space, travel, see the world, see how things are done, learn from what's happening in Ireland. Because again, at the end of the day, more well-established or longer established, there's still lots to learn from the newer professions in certain countries where, like you talked about, where does it fit in? How can we fit it in? And there's obviously a lot of excitement as to, a relatively new profession, finding and learning from those other organizations to fit in where we can fit in and push in. Has there been, I guess, any resistance in the country to athletic therapy moving into different spaces, or for the most part, the education is of a high quality that it fits everywhere?
The education is of a really high quality. I'm going to say that first and foremost. And yes, there has been resistance. I think I would be naive to say that there wasn't. There is obviously resistance. And I think, having spoke to so many people and, attended the NATA conference just in June past, we all have the same struggles, and every profession has their own struggles, whether it's AT or physio or nutrition or whatever the profession is. There will always be struggles. There will always be resistance to some degree, but it's about trying to put your best foot forward and, work together. And I think most people will understand that everybody wants to see the best for their patient. So regardless of what discipline that you work in, patient first and foremost, I think, underpins everything that we do in AT and sports medicine, right across the disciplines. So I think it's just trying to get that message out. And I think that to me was a real pinch moment for me in regards to the theme. So it was very much uniting and elevating sports medicine. It's bringing everybody together, regardless of your background. It has to be the patient first, whatever that context is, whether it's a sporting athlete or whether it's Joe Soap with back pain. It doesn't matter. It's the patient that has to come first. And it's whatever our backgrounds are that can help that. And obviously, from an AT point of view, it's amazing the skill set that we have. But it's about bringing us all together in one room.
I love it. I think my bias in the profession for as long as I've been at it is I think one of the things that we don't toot our own horns about is the fact that, like, we're happy to be liaisons. We can sit in sort of the middle of a hub, and we can sit in the middle of a hub and sort of have the conversation. I'm not going to do the surgery for the, the slap repair in the shoulder, but I understand the procedure of what the surgeon's doing. I understand the patient or the athlete and what they need to do. I understand that there may be a physiotherapist involved, the chiropractor. It's not about what the designation is. It's again, it's patient-centered, and it's being a part of that sort of that landscape of care and patient-centered focus, which I think is brilliant. That's a great capture. I don't want to take up too much of your time. I love I love speaking with you. I love hearing about all the things that are happening in Ireland. Really looking forward to being there and capturing the pulse of your country, of your institutions, of your people, of the profession, and what's happening there. It's coming up. It's 6 weeks away. It's the 16th to the 18th of October. We see,
No pressure.
no pressure. A little bit of excitement there. I guess there's a full gamut. Like, it's a jam-packed schedule of speakers and a lot going on, and a lot goes behind the scenes to build this thing up, and comes from support across the globe. But in-house, in the country, in your eyes, all the things that you do, what are you looking forward to about the conference?
Honestly, I just think it's about meeting people, because everybody has a story. Everybody, can bring something new and different and exciting. And to me, it's about networking. It's about meeting new people, meeting old faces that I haven't seen in quite a long time. So for me, it's definitely about the people, and yeah, just making those connections again.
Yeah, such high value to the in-person. Like, thank goodness we're past
Yeah.
all the things that we shall not speak of, global events and things like that, where we weren't allowed to travel and do these things. I think the in-person piece is massive. I think that's
Yeah.
obviously in a profession that is human-centric, having human connection to other professionals and access to, again, like the great speakers and the international collaborative approach to what this profession is and can be is such high value that the travel halfway across the globe from Canada is well worth it, just to be able to sit in a room with yourself or one of the speakers or the students in Ireland and feel like what's their energy like, and have them express. I think it's reinvigorating. For me, my capture is always like, I leave there being like, I am doing the thing that I want to be doing. Some days you
Yeah.
bang your head against the wall saying like, what am I doing? Am I doing the right work? Am I in the right profession? But leaving these events, the World Congress is massive. It's an international event for to sort of reestablish our purpose, or find our purpose, or find somebody who has a viewpoint or a vantage point, or experience or lack of experience, or whatever all those things are. So I'll just keep rambling because I'm super thrilled to have you on. I really appreciate your time with it. Again, it's World Congress is in Maynooth, just outside of Dublin city center, 16th to 18th of October. Lynn Allen is our guest here right now, President of ARTI, which is our host for World Congress this year. I guess from there, we're going to chat with some students in your space from the 4 institutions. Relatively small geographical country, relatively small population. You have 4 accredited institutions. Like, this feels pretty impactful in terms of potential of what this profession is and can be within Ireland, and maybe others can learn plenty from that.
I hope so. And yeah, and as you said, we are a small organization, but we pack a punch, I think, which is always good.
Yeah, that's what we're looking forward to. Anything else leading up to the event, things that you're excited about, things that anybody listening out there might want to hear about beforehand? Again, like, it is a I don't even know if I have the right word. Like, the speaker series is unbelievable. The events that are planned are obviously like expose people who are not from Ireland to the culture and the landscape, the geography, the all of those things. I'll leave it to you, I guess, to just capture what does this build up look like, and when we cut the tape, what are we in for?
So yeah, like, we have something planned basically from Thursday morning right through to Sunday afternoon. So on Thursday we have all of our workshops. So there is something for your professionals. There is your workshops for your students, and then you also have a couple of workshops very dedicated for educators as well. And that is all happening on Thursday. I don't want to give a shout out to any particular, speakers or workshops, but there is a variety. So please do go onto the website and look up the program of events, because there definitely is something for everybody. Same with the student program on the Friday and the educator one on the Saturday. And then on Sunday, we have organised a bus tour of County Wicklow. So we're going to see loads of different areas. Glendalough, which if you Google Glendalough, it's a beautiful national park. So we go to there, we go to Paris Court Gardens, again, very well established, beautiful settings. And you will see the rolling hills and the green, the 40 shades of green that we're known for on the Sunday, if you choose to add that on, if you have time to add it on to your schedule. And yeah, we're having a 5K, run as well. So for any of us that are very active and don't want to be sitting all the time, I think we have a 5K run scheduled one of the mornings. So we have the final crack. So we have entertainment and Irish dancers coming on the Saturday night. So just to leave with a little bit of Irish culture as well. So yeah, I think that's a synopsis of what's going to happen over the 3-4 days of the conference.
No, amazing. What a capture. And for those that are looking for information, wfat.org. You can go there, lots of links on there. I don't know if it's / or / World-Congress. That takes you right to the page with all of the things. Lynn Allen with us from ARTI from Ireland. Obviously, a beautiful accent. We're looking forward to experiencing the country, experiencing the culture, and more than anything, like the social element to this, again, is massive. And we won't get into numbers, but looks to be well attended. The number of speakers, the different topics, the variety, and then, as we mentioned, like it's in person and it matters shaking hands and making eye contact and being in the room with these experts in all of these fields and having access to them to just have human contact and conversation and support network, all of the things that you've captured so brilliantly here in this brief conversation. We're going to talk again. We're going to talk as things get rolling, whether that's over certain, I don't know, beer that people look forward to in Dublin, or a golf course, or the shades of green, or at the conference, wherever I can pull you and check in on how things are going. Look forward to that. We look forward to World Congress. Lynn Allen with us, President of ARTI, and I'm going to call you the host of World Congress coming up here in October. Really looking forward to it, Lynn. Again, thank you for your time. Thank you for putting this on. Thank you for the organization that you're a part of, and building this profession globally as, again, a leader in the field, bringing the profession to the forefront in your space that impacts everybody globally. And again, that's kind of the takeaway, I think, for being a part of WFAT and what this is. So Lynn Allen, I'll throw it over to you for whatever you want to throw out to finish this. I always promise that I won't say a word. I have a hard time with that, but I am going to leave you with what do we have to look forward to, and you'll be the final goodbye for our listeners out there. Thank you. Go check out the information. Go check out the speakers. Reach out to Lynn. Reach out to myself. We want community. We want growth. We want contact. We want networking. Lynn Allen, thank you again for your time. Over to you. Close it out however you wish.
Thank you, James, and thank you, everybody. And all I can say is it's never too late to sign up. So do get on the website, do register. It's never too late to sign up. And yeah, we are so looking forward to having you all. See you in 6 weeks.
Thank you. Thanks again for being here. Thanks for listening. Thanks for being a part of this community. Check us out online, firststartherapy.com. That's FIRSTAR therapy.com. Or email us with feedback, consult@firststartherapy.com, CONSULT@firststartherapy.com, on Instagram @firststar.therapy, and our podcast host @letschat.at. This is First Star Let's Chat, an athletic therapy podcast.